All right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, but a local artist, an artist, a musician, first time on the Harris is Drinking Again podcast by way of Essay Habits from the Silver State Familia. Young Prof1t.
What's happening? What's happening? How's it going?
Coming on the Harris is Drinking Again. What's up, my brother?
What it do?
Man, we over here chilling, man. All right, man. We got Young Prof1t in the building.
The only thing is the hat, the Dodgers hat. I'm a straight up Giants fan, man.
Giants, that's cool. I mean, my dad put me on all this. You know what I mean? Ever since I was young, and like as a kid.
Hey, you know what, man? Rivals always good. Rivals.
Young Prof1t on the tap 801.
Yeah,
man. Well, good to meet you via technology.
Yes.
Get my camera straight here. Definitely plan to link up with you here in the near future, my man.
Oh yeah, we'll be linking up real soon.
But anyway, Young Prof1t, man, thank you for joining. This is where we the official interview is something I like to do because it's more like intimate, you know, it's more professional. You know, we do these Thursday night rants, man, where we basically, it started out by us just sitting here drinking, venting, and talking shit. And, you know, and me and Ray actually not really did a podcast, but we would record our conversations like 10, 12 years ago and just put an instrumental behind them and put them on MySpace and shit like that before we even knew what we were doing. So,
we're OG.
Yeah. But
OG podcast before podcast became podcast.
On your end, man, so you're Ogden art. I mean, you're an Ogden artist, born and raised, been out here.
Pretty much, like, you know, like I came out here when I was 3 years old, so basically I'm in Ogden, so I'm pretty much from Ogden. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Where's the origins for? I mean, before you were 3, were you?
Salt Lake.
Where were you located? Oh, Salt Lake. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you were born there. You were born in Salt Lake, and then.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What inspired you to? The music and all that.
What inspired me was.
Yeah.
I mean, believe it or not, like, I mean, I was in trouble a lot as a youth, and all I had was time just to sit there and reflect, and I'm like, you know what? So I just pulled out the notepad, like, you know, the old school thing. So I'm like, started playing the instrumentals, started writing music, and that's basically how it came about, just like that, just talking about my situation, my struggle, all the things that I was going through, all the things that I was feeling, and I put it down and put it in music. You know?
Did what came first, the beat or the lyrics?
To me, I mean, they both got to go hard, but probably the lyrics. You know what I mean? I pay more attention to like what someone is saying. You know.
But is that when you create your music, is that the first thing that comes to your head, like an idea, and then you match the beat to it? Because some people, like, they get the beat first and they go, "Wait a minute, that beat inspired me to write about this." You know, which that's.
Yeah, to me, it's the beat. But when I hear the beat, then I get a feeling, and I'm like, "This is what needs to be laid down on that." So yeah, to me, it's the beat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you produce your own beats, or you got a homeboy that does that for you, or you just kind of like, you know, from a clearinghouse or something like that?
Yeah, I got
somebody that actually.
I got a homie who makes my beats. Yep.
Now, listening to your catalog, man, I noticed you have a heavy old school influence.
Yeah.
You do a lot of remixes and on classic songs, man. And that's just from growing up, I guess. The generation, the era, being influenced, hearing oldies in the house and all that stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. Like my mom, like, she grew up listening to oldies and stuff like that. I mean, my dad, you know, listen to that. He's like on the, like, you know what I mean, on that Chalino Sanchez tip and all that stuff. But
when you say that artist, what's his name, Sanchez? What kind of music is that, brother?
Like corrido, like, you know, like, to be honest, it's like drug dealing music and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, Mexican style gangster. Yeah. Okay.
Let me ask you too, man. Just you know, obviously, man, I pay attention to lyrics when I listen to somebody, imagery. Just talk about, you know, just repping for La Raza, man, and being a Mexican artist, like in Utah specifically. What sort of, you know, challenges have you faced, if any barriers that you've broken down or still looking to break down?
Yeah, some challenges that I faced was when I first started making music. I mean, I think every artist goes through it. You're trying to put your music out, and a lot of people are like paying attention. They're not listening. And then like, you know, you start like getting involved into doing shows. Like at first you're gonna have like maybe 10 people, maybe even 20 people in the audience. You're like, dang, like, but I'm still gonna make the best out of this. What I could do, you know what I mean?
Right.
Basically, the struggles I faced were like stuff like that. Like I'm like, dang, like I'm over here like trying to make the best out of the situation. But as time grew, I started opening up for big names. Started like creating more of a buzz, and
Yeah,
I think that's really dope. You know what I mean?
yeah. I've noticed. You know, I heard a couple songs. You have features with Little Cuete.
Yeah.
A couple other artists. And then who are some of the artists that you have opened up for?
It's mostly like Latin artists. There's just too much to name, but let's see. I think I've done like Baby Bash, Kid Cross, Quinto.
No, Baby Bash. Huh?
Yeah, that's a big name. You know what I mean? Beza, just been a lot. Little Rob.
Yeah, all the legends, all the majority of the OGs. Huh?
There's been a lot. There's been a lot. MC Magic, I met him 3 times.
Yeah, man.
All kinds of different artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You've been in front of people.
Yeah.
I seen Ray your YouTube and stuff, and I said, man, this guy's seasoned, man. You hear it. Definitely, just the potential, the way you ride the beat, and things of that nature. Now, I was looking at your YouTube, and I noticed your banner. You got your music on Spotify, YouTube, and I think you have your Snapchat up there. Is Spotify, YouTube the majority of where people can find you at, or I mean, are you all over Apple and all the other platforms?
All over. I mean, I don't have a lot of music on my platform right now, like on like iTunes and all that. But I usually upload to YouTube, but I'm gonna get more focused on uploading stuff onto every platform.
How many do you have on your catalog? How many tracks would you say you have on your catalog right now? Like I'm talking, like if you can divvy it up from like the ones that are recorded or the ones that still sitting in a notebook somewhere. Like how many tracks do you have on your catalog right now?
I mean, a couple months ago, I actually broke it down. I was actually looking at all my stuff, right? And I was like, this project has this many songs. I started doing the numbers, and I was like, I'm already like over 100 tracks deep.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah, at least like 120. Plus, that doesn't include features or other stuff I probably threw away or stuff like that. But it's definitely over 100 songs deep.
Are you talking about 100 songs that has been like recorded, or okay? Man, if you have that many recorded, I can only imagine. Or are you the kind of guy that just whatever comes you record it, which is great, or kind of like the guys that just keeps writing and got like maybe a closet full of notebooks that still got material in there? Do you have that too, or?
I mean, you think I had all this stuff written, but I was like, dang, like I don't even know what to do with all of it.
Like, how old were you when all of this? Like, how old were you for real? Like how old were you when all of this stuff starts? Like, fuck, I'm gonna write this shit.
I think I was trying to mess around at 13 years old. I was over here trying to like bust freestyle.
For real?
Yeah.
I think around 14, I started writing stuff down at 14 years old.
So were you the dude in the block that can spit the best, or there's another person that was kind of ahead of you, kind of been ahead of the game, and then you're like, oh, okay, all right, ride with you.
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of people out here doing their thing at the time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
you were 13.
Better than them, but I was just trying to like do my thing. Does that make sense? I wasn't even in competition. I was just having fun with it and telling my story. Like, if you listen to my recent stuff, it's all getting better within time, and I think that's really good. Yeah, so like I think that's really cool. Like that's pretty much how I figured. Like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do.
If we were to say like, in 5 years from now, just what kind of vision, what kind of life you want to have set up for yourself, through the music.
5 years from now, I want to see myself collaborating with artists that I've always wanted to collaborate with. And yeah, that's basically about it, and push a lot more content. But yeah, so like in my time, I've collaborated, believe it or not, I've collaborated with some of my favorite artists that I grew up listening to, which is actually a really good accomplishment to me. And
sure.
That's really cool, you know what I mean? And I see myself doing that with more artists that are my favorite rappers and such.
So you've actually been in the game for 14 years.
Wow.
Here in Utah, in your perception or your perspective, like what do you think that this your peers, yourself, the state needs, to get hip hop to the next level? Like, what's it going to take for an artist to really get shine from Utah in your opinion? I mean, is it doing podcasts, media runs, or is it just touring, getting that feature?
I mean, I believe, in my opinion, honestly, like, I mean, I'm not trying to throw no negativity out there, but I believe a lot of people need to unite. Like, there needs to be a unity that needs to be created.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people, like, I don't know what it is. It could be everywhere, though, but I believe, like, a lot of people in Utah, they just want to be, like, the top star. They want to do this.
Too much.
Oh, they want to jump down. They want to jump. They want to jump right up top.
Yeah, I
impossible.
believe we got together and just created good music, and
I mean,
no, it's impossible.
Because you can go a long way. Like, doesn't matter what you do in your life. Like, if you teach somebody something, you could go a long way. And yeah, I believe this needs a lot of more unity.
More unity. That's something that me and Ray talk about a lot, and I really want to feature and highlight on this channel. Last week, I went down in Salt Lake to film a rap group, the Dead Ones, man. Some young cats killing it. I'm making a vlog for them right now, and putting them out. We want to grow this. Start from 100 subscribers. Eventually, we're gonna get to 500, 1,000, 10,000. We're just being consistent. But like a No Jumper or a Vlad or a Say Cheese, in a similar fashion, just to have that presence, or a Cam Capone TV or a motherfucking any of these platforms, these cats that just grew their shit, and they start featuring local artists or featuring the homies, and then, this homie puts him on, and so, so we say thank you too for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
first step, and from here, we build it, and then if you ever have anything in the future, and it's like I want to be that platform for the city or for the area to people can come to, man. Get their shit off and promote.
It's so funny, Dakota, that Young Prophet here is basically saying what we already been planning.
Yeah,
like it's crazy, dog. Like really, everything you said on there, like success. I tell this all the time. It's like success comes from consistency and tenacity, consistency, and you need a team, man. I'm sorry, you cannot run alone. You can't. It's impossible. You can try, but you ain't gonna go very far. You need a team.